Hi, welcome to my next video, which will be focused on British tennis star Charlotte Cooper. Helene Provost may have been the first female in history to win an Olympic gold medal. However, Charlotte Cooper was actually the first woman to win an individual Olympic gold medal. Charlotte Cooper has such a compelling story, and it was so incredible to learn about her unique journey to the Olympic Games. She was born in 1870 in England, and she learned how to play tennis at the Ealing Lawn Tennis Club. Charlotte Cooper was truly ahead of her time in tennis. She was the first woman to serve overhand and was regarded a very offensive competitive player. This was during a time when female tennis players were wearing proper Victorian attire, and they would play their matches in full-length gowns. Prior to the 1900 Olympic Games, Charlotte Cooper won 3 Wimbledon titles, and then she won another 2 following the Games. Her final Wimbledon championship win was in 1908, and she was 37 years old, which made her the oldest female tennis star to ever win the Wimbledon title, and this record still holds to this day. So at the Paris 1900 Games, the mixed doubles occurred prior to the women's singles. Charlotte Cooper and her teammate became Olympic champions after beating Helene Provost and Harold Mahoney 6-2, then 6-4 in the final. So it really came as no surprise that Charlotte Cooper was going to be very dominant in the women's singles event. She won all of her matches in straight sets, and then she met Helene Provost once again in the final match. On July 11th, 1900, Charlotte Cooper won 6-1 and then 6-4 and became the first individual female Olympic champion in history. And Charlotte earned her nickname at the time, the Golden Racket. I wanted to talk about the headlines in my paintings. Each painting has a unique headline that corresponds to that female Olympic champion. Like I mentioned in my video of Helene Provost, these women truly did not receive the recognition that they deserved at the time of their accomplishment. I thought it was very important to not only write the fictional newspaper articles, but to also broadcast the headlines on the canvas itself. I used a projector to help me outline the letters of the title, and then I used painter's tape to create a stencil around each letter. Once the tape was complete, I used modeling paste to create more dimension. Each headline has its own unique font that matches old-style newspaper print from the early 1900s. The reason Charlotte Cooper's story is so compelling is because by the time she was 26, she was completely deaf. So this means that she won multiple Wimbledon championships, as well as the Olympics, being completely deaf. Listening to the sound of the ball coming off your opponent's racket is such an integral part of the game. So the fact that Charlotte Cooper was able to be this dominant despite her disability is unbelievable. This actually means that Charlotte Cooper was not only the first individual female Olympic champion in history, she was also the first person with a disability to be crowned Olympic champion. Charlotte Cooper truly broke so many barriers in her career, and it was so inspiring to learn about her story, and it was a complete honor to paint a portrait of her for the Paris 2024 Games. Charlotte Cooper was a true trailblazer of women's sport, and I am honored to have painted a portrait of her. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for my next video, which will be focusing on Margaret Abbott.